Hi everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using this Stamping Bella set called The Gnomes. Yeah. This is part of HOP for Team Tiny. Team Tiny is a group of content creators that are all small channels. It used to be all under 1,000 subscribers, but the 4,000 watched hours is a really hard thing to hit. So we have extended our stay at Team Tiny until we are monetized. So that makes things really nice for you. You can hop along by using the hashtag Team Tiny Tea Time, and you can pull up all the videos that are in this hop, and there are no commercials. No ads, no commercials, just pure enjoyment of video making fun. Card bliss, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, to my card here. Recently, I was introduced to a stencil company called Colorful Life Designs by my friend Nancy. She is a really amazing creator. She is now on their design team, but I found this stencil, and it is called, I want to pull it up here so they have it, Big Blot. And it looks like a coffee splash. And when I got this stamp set from the Not Too Shabby shop, it is a Stamping Bella set. It's got these little gnomes, and they're like swimming in a coffee cup or teacup, depending on what you drink. I thought it would be super fun to have like these splash marks all over the background. So I did spray my stencil with some pixie spray, so it was kind of low tack. And I just moved the stencil around and kind of filled in the background. I had masked the little gnome image with a piece of Gina K Masking Magic. And then I just kind of went to town stenciling this. I love this stencil. It's not just one splat. It is like tons of fun. Look at this. Like look at that. So for the coloring, I want the cup to be white. So of course I'm not going to use the normal color you would use for white. Gonna try something different. So I pulled out my BV markers. I have a BV 23, and I had some sticky left over from that pixie spray. You know, I love-hate relationship with that stuff. It works amazing to hold my stencil down when I want it to, but no matter how much it dries or doesn't dry, I always get residue, so I have to remember that. Anyway, I'm using this BV combination, which you don't think that you would get white out of this, but you do. So it's BV 23, 25, and I believe I even brought in the 29 for this really dark color. One thing that we forget I forget when I'm looking at something that I want to color white is there's all sorts of colors in the shadow. Depends on where the light is. It depends on what time of day it is. It depends on what's close. So I thought that I would try something different. It also depends on what contrast you have with the background. Now I have white, a lot of white in the background, but I also have a lot of brown. So this will work out. It will look white when we're done, but it does not look white right now. And the other thing about coloring white is leaving white space. You don't always have to. I have a video from Christmas time. I will link that video where I colored a snowman with the B90s, and he looks white at the end, which you kind of have to watch it to see. But I will link that video where I color white with some of the darkest blues in the Copic chart, which is super fun. It just depends on the contrast that you have in the background. So here you can already see that that mug is already looking white. And then I wanted to pull in some kind of earth tone colors. I didn't want this to be like traditional gnomes that are in there, you know, green and red and whatever. I did see somebody the other day colored some gnomes to look like Smurfs, and now I'm sure we'll have to see that because I know that I have gnomes around here that I could color like that. But back to what I was doing. I used some oranges for the one gnome and then some of these YG90 family for the other gnome. So you get this like camel green kind of color. And I did dot in a little bit of the W markers, the warm grays, the really light ones for the beards so that they had a little bit of texture. And these images are so teeny tiny that I just added a little bit of color to them. They didn't need much. And blended, their skin tone out a little bit, added a little bit of a peachy tone, and that's kind of it for them. And then I needed to color the coffee. And I having a hard time keeping it on the screen, I guess. But I just filled it in. I wasn't sure if this was coffee or tea, but whatever it is, these little guys are definitely enjoying themselves. So then I decided that I liked it, but I needed to, put the sentiment on. So I decided that I was going to heat emboss the sentiment up in the corner, kind of over the splatter. And then I wanted to add some more splatter because it just wasn't enough. So I put the mask back on and it stuck down just fine. And I have these sprays. These are from Amuse Studio. They're very old. This one is kind of a slate color, so it's not brown, but it's not black either. It's kind of gray. And then I used the same Distress ink that I inked on, and I smooshed it down and added a little water and splattered that on my background with a little paintbrush here. You can see that it just adds so much more texture, and I thought it was super fun. Like, these guys were really going all out, diving in, enjoying themselves, really, having a pool party in this cup of coffee or tea. I can just see them jumping and like, get out of my way and cannonball and all that, and it's just, I can just see that happening. So now I'm deciding how I'm going to put this sentiment on here. I want it up in this corner, but I don't want to cover up anything that I have going on because I really love the card. Sometimes I really like layers. Sometimes I like something simple like this. It's one layer. It's super fun. So I decided I'm going to stamp it. I used a piece of acetate there to make sure that I had it straight. And then I used my Scrap Perfect embossing bag there, and I powdered the heck out of all the things. Did you see that like cloud of powder? I love that thing though. I get the best impressions, the best embossing since I started using that. And then I just used some clear embossing powder over the top. When I use that Scrap Perfect bag, I always get dust everywhere. They have a little microfiber cloth. It's yellow. It's supposed to be yellow. Mine's really dirty. But I just wipe that over top and then there's no dust left. It does such a good job. So I matted this on brown, and then I usually I go the opposite way, like black and then brown. But this time I did brown on the outside and then black, and I clearly don't know how to put pieces of paper together, so I had to peel that back off. So the Team Tiny Hop, I know we're getting to the end of this here, but it is a bunch of small content creators. We all get together. We have a Facebook group. We just enjoy each other. We are very encouraging. If you are a small channel and starting out, it's a great place to build confidence and an audience and learn from each other. It's a very encouraging place to be. And I have absolutely enjoyed it. I will be very sad when my time on Team Tiny is done. I keep tossing out the idea that we should have a Team Medium because I will not be a very large channel by the time that monetization does happen. I won't be like, thousands and thousands of subscribers. That would be great, but it'll be a while. So I kind of am like, man, I'm going to miss all my buddies if I can't be on Team Tiny anymore. So here I just added a little bit of that splatter at the inside, basically just using the ink that was on the stencil and on the brush. Just blended it on there just a little bit, and then I adhered this down. So there is my card. I'll show you some still shots here at the end. Again, Team Tiny Tea Time. I will have that flash across your screen. If you put that in your search bar, you'll be able to come up with lots and lots of videos of content creators that have something special for you today. I absolutely enjoyed you stopping by my channel. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I would love it if you would subscribe and comment and hit the notification bell. YouTube keeps reminding me to tell you that. And as I always say, thank you for stopping by, and give cards generously. Bye.